Hello and welcome to another episode of little how-to videos. My name is Greg. I like to consider myself a good cemeterian, and hopefully with I'll call my how-to videos that maybe you can become a good cemeterian as well. So yesterday, in other videos you'll see I reset the pedestals onto the new concrete pads. So today I'm going to try and I'm going to hopefully lift the dies, the vertical portion of the markers on the one I just pointed to, and then this smaller one. And then depending on how the day goes, it's around about 80, going to hit 90 some degrees probably today. I've got two more up there where the pedestals need setting as well. And those pedestals are, especially the one right there, is large enough where I'll probably have to use a lifting device, my tripod hoist. And that's actually what I'm going to show you how to do right now. I've got it in my truck here. We'll show you basically the assembly process. So right now you see the legs sticking out, so we'll set up the camera and hopefully you can watch the process in action and see what I've constructed. And some of the how to build it, construction techniques, hopefully you'll find in some other videos once they get posted. Well, I'm off microphone now, but hopefully you can watch, and if you can't hear me, just watching should let you know on how the assembly goes. So hopefully the camera's in the right position for it to capture it all. Right now the legs are in their most collapsed positions, and you'll note with these hitch pins with the handles, they're easy to move around and carry. The little clips on the end will be for our safety chain. And you can reposition these poles and to extend them further for higher lift or a greater spread. So that's what all these various holes and adjustments will allow. So far these three legs are all identical. So it really doesn't matter which position they're in. Toward the end, when we hook it up to the tripod, you may want to rotate the posts or the tubes so the handles are facing outward from each position. So this is actually the head of the tripod. Basically it's just more of these posts, which are they come in pairs for about 40 bucks a pair. I got mine at Menards. You get them at any big box store. And really the only purchase parts here are the hitch pins. This number 8, I believe it's about, grade 8. I forget if it's about a 3/4 inch bolt, but it's about roughly 10 inches long. I got I believe it's a number 70 chain, also grade 8, and basically that big largely because that's the biggest or the smallest chain I could get for the bolt to go through. On the outside you'll see I've got the hole elongated. That lets the legs splay out on either side to form the triangle. So essentially we'll hang the chain hoist from here and we'll insert the legs, and it's very simple construction. These came with the kit as well. I've just got them in there for permanent stop pins. I could take them out if I wanted to collapse the legs all the way up to about here. So these two outside holes are really the only ones you need to elongate. Carry a bucket with basically my lifting supplies. I have my 3 more hitch pins to finish the assembly of these tubes. So on these outer ones, we want the pins to, if we can, and we might need to change these later, but essentially point out. And again, right now, with these smaller headstones, I'm just going to go the shortest height. The center one, the pin will have to be either facing this way or down. We might have to adjust that after we get it airborne. I'm just going to stick it in sideways. Actually, these ones up high probably won't matter. They'll be out of reach anyway. Let's see how it works after we get them all together. The biggest advantage of these hitch pins is they've got a nice gripping point, and then also, as I showed you, the clips to hold the safety chain on will go snap right around these. Try and change these two. Seems like the pins don't want to face the correct way. Actually, it looks like I do have to maybe mark this one post as being a mate to this for this center. That way the pins will all face the same way. And if we recall from another time, what we found is it was easier, rather than to try and lift it up all the way this way and then pull the leg out, what we found is it was easier to, let's do it this way. It was easier to start in a position like this, and using our pin handles, lift it, and essentially lock it into place. Now last time I had some help with this, so it might be a little awkward. This is my first attempt this season. It's 2018, May of 18, right before Memorial Weekend. So I was hoping to get a couple more headstones erected before the holiday weekend. We've got a couple lift straps, and having two will hopefully allow us to erect things more vertically with even lifting on each side rather than one side and then it goes cockeyed, which you may see in some other videos that I'll have posted. I've got some smaller straps that I'm going to try a new technique today that will possibly let me, like up on those two pedestals, put a strap around the pedestal and then lift that pedestal from those straps rather than prying it up, putting shims under it, and hopefully it'll become a little more efficient, especially with just myself working today. A lot of trial and error, but so far everything that I've found you should be able to easily replicate at home. You know, the only thing that I had on hand already was this chain hoist. This one's a 2-ton, but you can probably get by with the smaller one. If you find you are on some unstable ground, these also came with these are jack posts. You put them in the basement, jack up the floor above you. And these were basically the adjusting pins. So I welded the receiver part of this, is the let's call it the nut part, the female part. And so if you're on unstable ground or find that, you know, your legs are slipping out, then I would install these, and I might machine these or grind these to more of a point at a later time. If I'm not using, if I shorten these or remove this tube section, I took one of the included plates and bent it and added a pin. So if this inner tube is not being used and just this outer tube is my lowest tube, then I can insert this plate on the bottom of this tube. It'll keep the tube from digging into the ground and filling up with dirt, and even the points, depending on the angle, act as kind of an anchor. We're going to try and actually install the hoist and lift everything at the same time. Now, keep in mind that once you get this set up, is kind of remember which side this chain is on. You'll want to put your hoist on this side, lift it up, and then have your chain on the outside of the tripod. Now this definitely adds some weight to it, and again, since I'm out here by myself with kind of a tendonitis and a frozen shoulder, kind of a couple broken wings, hopefully I can get it out, but if something goes wrong, I'm going to edit this portion out. Now if you want to play it safe, I guess, which I recommend, I'm going to actually install safety chains, so if for some reason as I'm lifting this and all of a sudden things want to slide out, the safety chain should stop it. So these chains are 10 feet in length. I'm going to hook all 3 of them on so that when I get closer, then they'll be laying there and ready to clip together should I need to do so. And then, as you'll see, depending on what you're working on, I can actually change it and clip it to any of these handles. So if you want your chain up higher and you find it's easy to crawl underneath it, you can shorten the chain or clip it in a different length. Okay, I think I'm ready to go, so if you hear some grunting and groaning, just ignore that. Surprisingly, that worked well, or as planned. Now, if you need to, well, let's just do it. Especially when you're working alone, or anytime, but the only thing I'm lacking here is a hard hat. I do have safety goggles, I've got ear protection depending on what I'm doing. So basically there we've got our tripod set up. Now I'll essentially just walk the legs over and position it above this stone. I may have to reposition it twice. I might have to lift this vertically first, get it upright with one strap, and then possibly move the tripod over center a little more with both straps on, so now I'm lifting it hopefully even and as best possible, coming down at perpendicular or vertical as possible. And so let's just take a step at that. So let's just walk it. Careful not to go too far. And let's walk outside it. Walk this leg this way. Slight slope here, so I want to be careful not to overextend. And I may need to, if needed, you might have to unhook this chain or get enough slack to lift it up and over the objects in the way, or I might actually clip it up there. That's what I think I'm going to do. Now when you move the clips up, or the chain up to a higher point, remember that'll cause your legs to spread farther. So probably for now I'm okay with a wider spread, but when you get to lifting, you might, for maximum strength, you might want to bring those legs in a little bit. Because if we spread at 10 feet of chain on this pin, it goes from here to here. We add the chain up to here, goes from here to here, the legs start splaying out farther, and you weaken the structure. The rubber on these handles are, I might want to get bigger spring clips. Right now they sometimes there's a little extra rubber and it doesn't clip in just as smoothly as I would like. So be careful of your chains and your hoist, your hooks, so they don't scratch the monument. And watch out above you too. I think this leg's going to have to come kind of back in the corner here. And when we we took it down last time, we left length on here so that rather than have the hook way up here and then you have to stand here and raise it and lower it, you're already halfway there. So kind of remember that when you take it down, kind of anticipate the next time you're going to use it. Background here toward the tree, the old pedestal, and as well as some big rough edge chunks of limestone that they used underneath the original limestone apron. And basically, because of all the black dirt in southern Minnesota, or at least here, but the freezing and thawing, 100 years ago, in 1893, this little boy, buried him, they thought that was the way to stabilize these monuments. And actually, if you look around the rest of the cemetery in my other videos, you'll see that it's almost like setting the monument on a pillar of marbles. Because as it freezes and thaws, it just moves and tips and sinks down due to lack of drainage as well. And then when it sinks down, because of that black dirt, it just keeps sinking. Once it gets below ground, this limestone, because the water can get in and freeze and thaw, it just cracks and serrates, if that's the correct term, or because of the sedimentary nature of limestone, it just splits apart. You'll see it over on that first monument that I showed you. Closer to the center, I'm going to put this chain back down to the lower position, at least for now. If I find that it impedes, then right now it should be okay, because all my working materials are inside the tripod, the triangle. Again, you'll notice how the handles on these pins ease or give you a grabbing point. See, the hook is too close to the monument, so I'm going to raise it up. I think with this one, I can probably, well, I think I'm going to start right here. So you'll have to let experience guide you on whether you want to start right in the center with your lift, or maybe over here, start more over your monument that's on the ground, lift it partially, reposition or add more straps, and then with it still on the ground and under its own weight, and hopefully you've got a helper, then reposition your tripod so that now it's back over center. So when you lift the entire monument, it'll come up and you'll be in hopefully in perfect alignment. But again, even if you have to set it down here, you're not quite perfect. Again, set the weight down here, take a little tension off your chains, and move your legs around. So let's go ahead and pause that, or let's start another video after I get it all strapped up, and we'll see what's happening.